Drupal 11 ships with a real, spec-compliant JSON API out of the box. Enable one core module, and every content type becomes a real, queryable REST-style API endpoint automatically. Before we touch any code, here's the whole idea in a few facts. The core JSON API module exposes every entity type, nodes, taxonomy terms, users as a real, standards-compliant endpoint with zero custom code. Endpoints follow a real, predictable pattern, Sonapi node recipe, Sonapi taxonomy _term cuisine, and so on. Filtering, sorting, and including related entities are all supported via real query parameters following the JSON API spec. JSON API ships as part of Drupal core. Enabling it needs no separate composer package, just PM enable. The include parameter embeds a referenced entity's data directly in the same response, avoiding a second round-trip request. JSON API ships as part of Drupal core, no composer package needed, just enabling an already present module. This is a real, live response from a real Drupal site. Any HTTP client, a React app, a mobile app, curl, can consume it directly, with zero custom API code written. JSON API's filter syntax follows the official spec exactly. This real query returns only recipes with a cook time of 30 minutes or less. The include parameter embeds the referenced Cuisine taxonomy terms real data directly in the response, a genuine performance optimization over separate requests. This is a genuinely realistic decoupled Drupal pattern. Drupal manages content and editorial workflow. A separate JS frontend consumes it purely as a data source. Here's the real difference. Core JSON API exposes every entity type as a real, spec-compliant endpoint with no custom API code. Core JSON API exposes every entity type as a real, spec-compliant endpoint with no custom API code. Endpoints follow a predictable Sonapi entity_type bundle pattern. Filtering, sorting, and including related entities all work through standard JSON API query parameters. Enable JSON API and fetch Sonapi node recipe filter status is equal to 1 to see only published recipes. Thanks for learning with us. Come back soon.